Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am getting ready to start my kitchen renovation project. It has moved its way up the list of priorities, but before I actually dive in, I thought it would be fun for me to sit down and talk with you guys and share with you sort of what my plans are. Because I think it's kind of fun to see and hear what people are thinking and planning and then compare that to how it actually turns out when they're done. But also because you guys are so smart and you have so many great ideas. And I feel like whenever I share about projects, you guys share things that I didn't think of or give me ideas. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to talk you through what I'm planning to do in here and show you some of my inspiration pictures and stuff. That's what we're going to be doing today. Before we get into that, I have to take a moment to tell you guys about the Way Day sale that's coming up, okay? Today's video is sponsored by Wayfair. I have been purchasing from Wayfair for years, but ever since we moved here, I feel like Wayfair has become my go-to. I get so many different things from there, everything from stuff for our chicken coop to outdoor things to bedroom things to kitchen things to just everything. And I do not want you guys to miss out because their Way Day sale is coming up. This is their biggest sale of the year, the biggest discounts they ever offer during the year, up to 80% off of so many different things on their website. You get free shipping on most things on Way Day. It's 2 days only, April 27th and 28th. 2 days only. They also are going to be doing flash deals, so you do not want to miss it. I am going to, in the description box, kind of break things up and link things for you because there's a lot of things you guys ask me about in and around our home that are from Wayfair. So I want you guys to be able to check those out, see if some of those items are part of the sale, that they're going to be up to 80% off. That would be amazing. I thought maybe quickly I would just share with you a couple of the things in our kitchen since we're discussing kitchen renovation. So in our kitchen dining area that are from Wayfair that you should definitely check out, just some of my favorite sale things from the Way Day sale. You do not want to miss it, okay? You just don't. First of all, the armoire that's behind me, that we put all of like our homeschool supplies and stuff in. That is from Wayfair. It's from the Trisha Yearwood collection. It is arguably the best quality piece of furniture we have ever purchased. We ended up also buying the sideboard from that same collection. So sideboards, you know, people usually put those in your dining room. It's for like your formal kitchenware things. Well, ours is actually on the other side of the wall in the living room, and we use it right now for pull-ups and diapers and baby accoutrement. But the goal is that it will actually be used as a sideboard for our nice china and things like that. Hopefully soon. Perhaps post-renovation, I can show you where I would like for it to go. The other like buffet sideboard that we have over here is also from Wayfair. I've had this for a few years now. I got it for my previous home office. Again, I like to use things, you know, flexible furniture, if you will. Furniture that, yes, it's technically for your dining room, but you can use it in a lot of different ways. And now it's in here in our dining area, and we use it for photo albums and games. So very, very flexible furniture. Also our stools, our counter height stools, we have solid wood of the counter height. So we have like bar height and counter height areas. So on the counter height, those are just like solid, nice, like wood stools, or not, I guess technically counter stools, bar stools. I don't know what the technical term is. We really, really love those. I purchased those when we first moved here, and they are kind of in a darker wood color because I wanted them to match the kitchen as it is, because I knew it was going to be a while till we got around to the kitchen renovation. So those are just a few. That's just a handful of the things that we have that are from Wayfair. Our living room rugs, our entire bedroom furniture, lamps, side tables. I mean, so many of my favorite pieces of furniture in our house are from Wayfair. So I will link everything down below for you and break it up by sections so that you can easily shop. Do not miss the Way Day sale. Like I said, it's their biggest sale of the year, lowest prices. You do not want to miss it. Okay, so I've got all of my planning stuff here. Usually what I like to do is I have my little notebook that I just kind of write down ideas in. I have like a brain dump tab on this side, and I just kind of write down, you know, what I'm thinking, any ideas I have for the kitchen makeover. Then I bust out my iPad so that I can use this to search Pinterest or save things, and also then being able to pull the pictures in and kind of like pull it all together, and it's sort of a mock-up, if you will. All right, grab some coffee. Let's talk kitchen makeover plans. I'm gonna try to like pop photos up either full screen or partial screen here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So one of my biggest things with the kitchen is that I love how open it is. Everything else in our house is very like closed in, low ceilings, kind of dark. And I like a little bit of like the moodiness of that, but I also wanted the kitchen to feel, my goal is I want the kitchen to feel brighter and more welcoming, but not cold, sterile, like bright white. That's not at all what I'm going for. So some of the things, it's tough because we also don't want to replace cabinetry or countertops. We want to keep as much existing in here as we can. We just don't feel right now that it's worth the investment to completely tear everything out and redo it, because what's here is good. It may not be exactly what we want, but what's here is good. Our goal is to repaint cabinetry, new handles, and then leave the existing countertops. Just a few, pictures to kind of show you guys. I love the mix of color with a lighter wood tone. So this photo, for example, you can really see how I love the light wood at the bottom, and then they have like the green cabinetry. That's kind of my plan, is to do two different colors, whether it be like lighter, creamier color on top and a green color on bottom, or perhaps separating it by the back wall cabinets being all one color and then the island cabinets being something different. Also thought about trying to remove the wood stain. I've been watching a ton of videos where people use oven cleaner and various things to remove the wood stain that's on these cabinets. So my plan is to take one of the cabinet doors outside and use it as my test cabinet and see if any of that stuff would allow me to strip the reddish orange out of the cabinetry, because I would love nothing more than to be able to restain to a wood tone and then be able to have colored cabinets with wood tone cabinets instead of a creamy white. And then even in this first photo, you can see the wood beams. So we don't have like wood beams running all across the room, but we do have kind of this strange structure that's built around the center of the kitchen where they have covered this. We've kind of been pulling things apart as we've lived here to see like, what is this? What's under this? And it seems to us that these pillars are made out of just like 4x4s all kind of stacked together. And then they're covered in a very thin sheet of wood. One of the other things that I really like, and you could probably see from some of my Pinterest photos, is I love the accents of stone and brick variations. So I love a brick backsplash. I also really, really like the idea of covering these pillars and the one that runs across this beam in the middle with potentially with brick or some kind of stone. I love bringing that like natural element in. I think it looks so beautiful. So I haven't entirely decided yet which one. I've been, again, doing tons of research about, kind of the thin bricks that you can buy that are meant for being facings on walls or things like this. Partially, I think I need to decide on the color of the cabinets so that then I can decide, okay, do I want to do stone or brick on these pillar areas? Because then that will help me determine what am I going to do for the backsplash, because I don't want it to be the backsplash is brick and the pillars are brick. That's like, it's a little too much brick, if you know what I'm saying. This kitchen I really, really love because I do think it accomplishes a lot of what I was talking about before with having a lighter, brighter feel without using like all white colors. One of the major differences that I see here is that they have very light floors. And we do not currently. We have pine wood floors. It's a very soft pine. It dents very easily. It's been really, really beat up, which is disappointing. We, again, are trying to determine what's the most cost effective, but will still give us the outcome that we want. Should we sand this and refinish this to a tone that is less orange? Again, we're just really trying to get rid of the red-orange wood tone. So that's kind of pervasive in different ways all over the house, whether it's the cabinets are more red, the floor is more orange. I would love to get rid of that, but I know that the process to sand these down and restain them a lot of times can end up costing just as much as pulling them up and putting down a harder laminate floor that our kids are less capable of being destructive with, you know? So we'll see, but that's also part of what I have to keep in mind when I look at pictures like this that look like so idyllic, is that we don't have those light floors. And I don't know that we're going to. I also really, really love brick floors. Obviously, you can't do, you have to switch something out, right? You can't do brick floors and brick this. It would be all brick everywhere. But I also love the idea of terracotta tiles or brick floors. There's just something about that I absolutely love. Don't know that that's actually in the cards for us in this house. You know, I love the colors of this one with kind of like this built-in armoire, the wood planks at the top at the ceiling. Then you've got the green, some green cabinetry, some wood cabinetry, and it looks like they've got some, I'm not sure what that material is, but some kind of hard surface countertop, and then their island is a wood butcher block type, which again, our goal is to not actually have to replace the countertops if we can at all help it. I love this. This kind of gives you an idea of what I'm thinking in terms of if we're not able to restain the wood, then this is kind of more the direction I would want to go in terms of the, like you can see like the brick archway. So that to me, it kind of mimics what I'm thinking here with the brick on these, you know, pillory areas. And then there's sort of a greenish gray that they've painted their island in the middle, and then creamy, not a bright white, but a creamy white for the cabinets. So I very much like this. I like the feel of this, you know, but I also feel like part of me wants to take advantage of the fact that this space is large and taller ceilings and tons of windows, which means I can get away with the darker, moodier things if I can find the right way to do it. Either way, I'm thinking that we're going to change out the appliances for, I really, really like the cafe appliances, the black, like the matte black with copper accents. Matte black and copper seem to be kind of my favorites in here. I've got my copper mixer and stuff like that. You know, we have a separate cooktop on our counter, so it's not built into an oven like a range. It's just the cooktop. And then we have a separate oven, which again, I would love to have double ovens. So I think what I'm actually going to do is remove the microwave, because the microwave that's down low and built in, it broke a while ago. And so we have a countertop microwave on the other side. So I think what I'm going to do is replace that microwave with a second oven. So we'll have two. I really like the cafe appliances one that's like the double doors. It's like an induction one. I'll link those. They actually have them at Wayfair. They're out of stock right now, but they do have them at Wayfair. So I will link those to show you what I'm talking about. But I think those would look really nice. Now, you've heard me probably, if you've listened to any of my thoughts on this kitchen before, you've heard me say that I really, really, really wanted to get one of those sub-zero refrigerators that's like a full-size refrigerator and a full-size freezer, and move ours and remove the, you know, the sort of like formal drink area over there. But I just, for so many reasons, I just don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that spot will actually hold a full-size refrigerator and freezer. And it would be very costly for us to have a contractor come in and move those things. You know, I look at these kitchens and I love the different like range hoods and stuff, but we don't have anywhere for that unless we move our stove. So, you know, there's some things about the design of this kitchen that frustrate me, that I'm like, oh, why did they do that? But you know, you can't have everything, and for the most part, we love the kitchen. I love how big and open it is, so I'm definitely not complaining. But there's some things I would change. For now, I know lots of people have lots of opinions about what we should do with this butler's pantry area. For now, we're going to leave it like it's going to just, the design of the kitchen will flow around that corner there, because we really do use it like a butler's pantry. That's where our microwave is. That's where we keep our eggs, our toaster, and the sink over there. Like we use all that space in prepping food for holidays and events and stuff. I think that's, you know, the person who lived here before hosted a lot of events, and so they wanted that space for prepping. That's why there's the bar over there. And, you know, we actually, being a large family, like we host and have people over, and so we do utilize a lot of those things that they had, you know, put in before. So I think we're gonna leave that for now until we make any further decisions about additions to the house. My biggest goal is to figure out what to do in terms of cabinetry, leaving the countertops, so deciding whether I'm painting or, will the wood removal work for me to have wood tone and paint? What's that gonna look like? Appliances, can I get the double ovens in there? And then the sink. So this is the other bummer, is that if we don't replace the countertops, then I don't get the big farmhouse sink that I want. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's all right. I have found a couple of different sinks that I like and faucets. I love again, copper. I think this is a great spot to bring in copper. So I found a few different things that I really like. But yeah, so those are some of my ideas. Hopefully, like, kind of seeing the photos and hearing me explain gives you guys kind of an idea of what I'm thinking. Let me know, what you guys think, if you have any ideas. If there's something glaring that I'm missing that you're seeing as I've kind of talked through this and shown you the kitchen, if there's something that I'm just completely missing, please enlighten me, share with me down below in the comments. And any advice that you guys have about do-it-yourself kitchen renovations. If there's anything that you learned in going through this process that you would recommend, ways of doing things, any advice that you have about DIY kitchen renovations would be much appreciated. Like I said, my plan is to order as much of the materials as I can, have everything here, section off the kitchen, for painting and all of that with our plastic sheeting, and set up a makeshift kitchen in a different area to be able to use and function, and try to get it done as fast as possible. So that we're not kept out of our kitchen for very long with such a big family. So advice is much appreciated in this arena. That's it for me today, you guys. So thank you for joining me and chatting kitchen renovation. It's taken me so long to get to this project because I'm just so anxious about doing it. I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to waste money. I've gone back and forth about whether or not we hire somebody and just completely gut the kitchen and take out everything I don't like and replace it and make my dream kitchen, or if we just do the best that we can DIYing and make it as close to what we want as we can within reason. Yeah, I don't know. I flip-flop between the two, but I still think that we can make it what we want. We can make it as close to my vision as possible. Sometimes dream kitchens are just that. They're dream kitchens. They're not something you're ever necessarily going to own. So I don't want to, I don't know. I don't want to put that pressure on myself that I have to make this the most glorious dream kitchen I've ever seen, when that just may not be realistic. So I don't know. That's my thoughts. That's how I feel. That's it for today's video. Don't forget about Way Day, you guys. Do not forget. All the information will be linked down below in the description box, as well as some of my favorites from Wayfair. It's such an amazing sale. 2 days, flash things. It's gonna go fast, so don't miss it. But that's it for me today, and I will see you guys again very soon.